It's Tuesday morning. It's time for my week 9 best bets. Let's go. Last week in week 8, I went 1-3 in my Tuesday bets. That video I'll put out on Thursday. I'm back to my regular schedule now for week 9. Overall, my spread bets are 23 and 25. My Moneyline Parlay bets went 1-1, 8 and 6 overall. But I want to say something about my spread bets. I went 4-0 in week 7. Like I always say, what's important is the long-term success, not the individual weeks. In fact, if you look at my spread bets since week 3, check it out. 5-3 in week 3, 2-2, 2-1, so on. 15-11 for a 57.7% win rate over the last 6 weeks, which is awesome. Really, from week 5 to about week 15, the spread model and these trends do really well. So now's the time to follow these trends. And speaking of a good trend, home teams before their bye week cover the spread rate of 60.9% or 92 of the last 151 games. And this particular trend is doing great this year. Check this out. In week 8, the Eagles cover the spread. This trend is 5-1 for an 83.3% hit rate this year alone. And I love the fact that we have 3 teams in week 9 to satisfy this trend. The Bengals, the Cowboys, and the Titans. So those are my 3 spread bets for this video. We have the Bengals at home plus 2.5 against the Bears, the Titans plus 10.5 at home against the Chargers, and the Cowboys minus 2.5 at home against the Cardinals. Again, home teams pre-bye is a very strong trend. And I'll bet every single game this season that satisfies this trend. Again, breaking down the pre-bye versus post-bye trends and getting rid of the ones that don't really matter here. Upper left-hand corner, the home teams pre-bye are in green. We bet on those teams. And the ones in red, we bet against them. Now, the favorites post-bye did not work out too well in week 8. Both the Ravens and the Bills were post-bye favorites, and they more than covered the spread. In fact, the percentage on there for the road favorites is under 55% now, going against them. So this is an example of when I stop following a particular trend. If it's not working out and percentage is less than 55%, I'll just get rid of it. So get rid of those. Look in the bottom left-hand corner there, the road dogs pre-bye. I'll definitely bet against them. That one went 1-1 last week in week 8. I failed to put one in my video that actually hit. That was the Patriots against the Browns. The Browns were a road dog pre-bye. I should have bet the Patriots against the spread. I know many of you did, and that particular bet hit. But unfortunately, this week in week 9, we don't have any road dogs pre-bye. But if you want more spread picks, check out my video on Thursday morning, October 30th. I updated the data and I retrained the model, and the model has 5 spread picks so far for week 9. So check out that video on Thursday morning, October 30th. Let's get to our Moneyline Parlay Bet. Last week in week 8, I had this 3-team Moneyline Parlay Bet. I know I don't always take 3-leg parlays. I rarely do, but this one hit. The Patriots, the Bills, and the Eagles all won their games. In fact, they won by double digits. And this week we have big favorites again, just like in week 8. Now, 3 I like this week are the Ravens on the road at the Dolphins. I get minus 420 on Moneyline. They're 7.5 point favorites at the Dolphins. The Ravens finally look healthy. I know the Dolphins beat the Falcons in Atlanta last week, but I'm not ready to say the Dolphins are a good team. In fact, it's more likely that the Ravens are a better team now. I got the Patriots at home minus 250 against the Falcons, and the Lions minus 430 at home against the Vikings. I really like the Lions winning that game at home. They're very strong at home. I think the Vikings quarterback situation is very shaky at best. But right there in the middle, the Patriots. They're only 5.5 point favorites at home against the Falcons. But I have a new model that I'm going to talk about in week 10. This model predicts the points. And that particular model thinks the Patriots are 10-point favorites against the Falcons. So I think the Patriots are undervalued right now. So for my final bet here, I'm taking the Ravens to win, the Patriots to win, and the Lions win in a 3-team Moneyline Parlay Bet. And right now I'm getting plus 114 odds on that, another positive odds. Now the real odds are minus 123 according to my data. I'm not actually showing the data here in this video because this is a 3-team Moneyline Parlay Bet. I'm only going to put 0.5% of my bankroll on this bet. I'll never put too much money on a multi-leg parlay bet. Hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck in your week 9 best bets. Let's go!